What's going on, guys? Jaye the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Remy Ma. Now, I was sent a video where it showed screenshots of Remy Ma's now new public boyfriend, Eazy the Block Captain, messaging another girl, and they were talking about linking up with each other. And apparently, the female he was linking up with, she had a dude, Eazy the Block Captain. He's with Remy Ma, and they even discussed in the messages about cheating on each other's spouses, right? Or cheating on their own spouses, right? And that just makes this whole thing with Remy Ma just looks more and more ridiculous. This woman lost control of the narrative. You see, for so long, she thought that she was in the driver's seat. She thought that she was running things, right? She thought that she could have a husband at home and a boyfriend on the road, right? But when Papoose had enough of her bullshit, he decided to move on. And she couldn't handle that because she's the true narcissist. She's a true narcissist because how can you as a woman be married to a man who stood by you for 6 years while you were in jail for trying to harm another woman? See, that's the part that her fans are too ignorant to look at, is the fact that she spent time in prison because she tried to harm another girl over some money. Not a man, not her defending herself. It was her being the aggressor. That's why they put her in prison for 6 years. And Papoose was with her the whole time. But again, y'all conveniently want to forget that. And you automatically want to side with her because you see yourself in her. You too want to have a marriage, a child at home, a family, but also have a boyfriend on the road, right? Because that's what she did. You see, Remy is like your typical westernized, melanated woman who has dick envy. She wants to be like men who have families and women on the side. There are women just like her. They want to have that too, but it's different. Because if you're in a relationship or you're married to a man who is strong-willed and who has strong convictions, right? He's not gonna let that happen. And her house of cards came crashing down. And the thing that, and her go-to default was she's gonna make up all these things about Papoose. She's gonna try to expose him. And look at her situation now. She now wants to admit that she's in a relationship with Eazy the Block Captain, only because Papoose wants nothing to do with her. She claimed that Papoose wants to be with her, but I truly believe that if Papoose wanted to be with her, he could. I think all he has to do is accept Eazy the Block Captain as her side dude, and he's not going to do that. So now she has to go public with Eazy the Block Captain and tell everybody they're in a relationship. Only for Eazy the Block Captain to be exposed. He got exposed twice. I think that Eazy has he's made himself look bad in this whole situation. One, by trying to be a side dude who finally gets let into the home, right? Because he's been on the outside. He couldn't come in, right? But now you getting exposed by this other woman who you basically admitted to being in a relationship with Remy, and you're going to cheat on her. And if you're okay with that. Not only that, Papoose had him on recorded audio discussing how he has blackmail information on Remy. But does Remy actually take any of this information seriously? No, or she has no choice but to accept Eazy. She has nothing else. Papoose is gone. He's with Clarissa Shields, who Remy Ma likes to talk about her looks, but Remy, you don't look that much better than her. Okay, y'all are more closer together in looks than you think that y'all are. And by the way, black women like her are the main ones who talks about black women's looks. It's not black men. Nobody hates on a black woman more than black women. Black women have a disdain towards each other. And they like to project that onto black men when that's not true. Black women are the main ones judging people's looks, especially other women. You want to put up old photos of Clarissa Shields? Well, she took your man. You could call her ugly all you want to, but she took your man. And you are seething. You're seething, Remy, because the same woman who you try to make fun of took your man, and he ain't came back since. And you see them together. You see him helping her as far as boxing, him traveling with her, or she is seething. That's why she put out this long video or live stream. She was hurt. This is what narcissists do. And then she want to talk about how real she is. This woman has dick envy. She wants to be the one to have a husband at home and a boyfriend on the side. That's what she wants. And because she can't have that, she's angry. And she thinks that she's exposing Papoose, bringing up his family members, trying to make him look bad. But she only made herself look bad because Papoose is a solid dude. It ain't a lot of solid dudes out here. I can admit that. It ain't a lot of solid dudes out here. Ain't no man gonna sit there and ride for a woman and put his life on hold for 6 years for some woman who's incarcerated. A lot of men ain't gonna do that. A lot of men ain't gonna do that. They're not. You think Eazy the Block Captain is going would stand by Remy Ma for 6 years? I do not think so. But because she is so narcissistic, and because she has to control the narrative, she wants to make jokes and she wants to think that she's exposing him. Well, that was your husband. You were with him for a long time. If you knew that he had certain elements in his family that were not good, why did you stay so long and stay silent? You know, Papoose could have played dirty. Papoose could have brought up your son, Remy. If Papoose was really a dirty, grimy dude, he could have brought up the fact that your son is in prison for taking the life of another man. An orchestrated, paid hit. But he never did that. He don't talk about your children, Remy. If he speaks about Remy, it's in regards to any type of custody issue that may or may not happen, but he's not going to denigrate your son just like you tried to denigrate his and talk about, because I guess his son is a she now, and also wants to talk about other people in Papoose's family. She thought that she won. But really, Remy, you make yourself look bad, because Papoose could have played dirty and he could have brought up your son and why your son is in jail. But he didn't do that. He didn't, because he was more focused on speaking his truth and how he feels and why he feels like he did everything he could do with Remy. Because Remy for 2 years has been running around with Eazy the Block Captain, and Papoose said nothing. All he did was knock him out. and even then, Papoose didn't even say anything. He kept that to himself. It was just rumors, right? It was just rumors. And I guess I truly believe that Remy Ma begged him to lie and he didn't do it. And I think that she began to build up that anger and that vitriol more towards Papoose, because he made your man look like a biatch. He made Eazy the Block Captain look like a biatch. And that made her seethe even more, which is why she ended up doing this live stream. See, this is what narcissists do. They try to lie and they try to deceive and manipulate. You had 2 years to get your shit together, Remy, while you're running around with this other man, while you have a husband at home, making people think that this was your boyfriend. People talk, Remy. People see with their own eyes. You're basically telling people to not see what they see. Only for you then, Remy, because you were losing. You go public with this relationship with Eazy the Block Captain. You have to go public now. You can't hide no more. I believe you've been messing around with Eazy the Block Captain for years. And now because you realize people are siding with Papoose and not you, except for your fans, you want to say, well, you've always been with him. Of course you've always been with him. Of course. Of course. And Eazy looks like a complete dweeb in the situation because you're allowing this woman to use you, but you have nothing to lose anyway. She's your boss. So you have nothing to lose anyway. I just think that a lot of these women of today, like Remy, they want the type of lifestyle that men have had for centuries. They've been able to maintain a family, a wife at home, and a whole side relationship. She wants to have that. Remember, she's a feminist. Don't believe me? Go look it up. She did a whole campaign about how she's a feminist. This was right after she got out of jail. And her and Nicki Minaj had that beef right around that time. Right around the time her and Nicki was beefing, right? And also, one of the reasons why she's really angry is because Papoose admitted that, yeah, I've been writing some of her biggest records. Some of her biggest records. And I know that made her angry too because her pen ain't that strong. How many hits has she had that she could say without Papoose out? She's made music recently. Have y'all been liking her music so far recently? Her career collapsed years ago. Maybe she should go back into reality TV because this whole situation has basically become a reality show. And she is the biggest jester in the situation. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Me your thoughts, like the video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out all the other videos on the channel. And I'll see y'all next one.